Good morning, student. Welcome to the online class. As we will continue our next session, the next part, second part of the lesson, weathering and denudation. Let's open our books to page number 76, chemical weathering. The decomposition of rock is called chemical weathering. It involves the breaking down of rocks by altering or dissolving the rock mineral due to chemical action or change. It is more common in hot and humid region. It is a slow process as compared to mechanical weathering. The granular composition of the rock take place due to the exposure of to air and water. Water contain oxygen from the air may change iron in the rock to iron oxide or iron compound. Let's see what is the the physical what is the difference between physical or mechanical weathering and what is chemical weathering. Physical weathering does not disintegrate of rock without chemical reaction. There should be a chemical reaction which is taking place. And what is chemical weathering? Does change in chemical compound within the rock. That is the difference between physical or mechanical weathering and chemical weathering. The process of chemical weathering is governed by the following factors: oxidation, hydration, carbonization, and solution. Oxidation. When oxygen in the air and water reacts with mineral in the rock, oxidation takes place. Both water and the chemicals in the rock, when they react together, is called oxidation. Example, most rock contain a certain amount of iron which when comes in contact with air and water containing oxygen change into iron oxide. Iron oxide crumbles easily and is far more easily eroded than original iron. As it is removed, the rocks are weakened and thus decompose. Oxidation not only changes the composition of rock minerals but also its appearance and obtain brownish crust on rust. The soil thus form a reddish brown in color, red soil. So what is there on the rocks? The iron elements are there, and when the water is droplets are found on the rocks, they come into contact with each other and oxidation take place, and that is why this form the iron oxidization and it appearance turn into brownish crust or the rust formation take place on the rock. So the soil which comes out from that is called the red soil. Hydration. The chemical reaction of water with mineral changes the proportion and composition of rocks and mineral. Example, feldspar, a silicate of aluminium absorbed water. In this hydration, it is feldspar rock which is coming in contact with aluminium and water is absorbed and becomes a mass of clay or kaolin, and whatever is left behind is a residue of sand. It weakens the rocks and ultimately the rocks break up. Carbonization. Carbonization is the reaction of carbonic acid on minerals. Rainwater, when mixed with carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, forms a weak solution of carbonic acid. It acts on rocks containing limestone and chalk. The reaction results in calcium bicarbonate, which is highly soluble and get easily washed away in solution as it flows through the rocks or seeps below the surface. Weathering of limestone region in this way gives rise to various landforms like stalactite and stalagmites in the limestone. Children, in figure 9.7, you can see the stalagmite and stalactite. These are the formation which take place in the rocks which are in the hilly region, and when the water is reacting with the chemical, that is carbonate, calcium carbonate, and these formation the stalactite which are upwards, which is forming from the upper side of the rock, and stalagmites which are coming out from beneath 2 upward is called stalagmite. These are the formation which take place where it is having carbonization reaction taking place in these type of rocks. Solution. When the rainwater reacts with the mineral present in the rock, it dissolves them. When it seeps below the ground through joints, gaps and cervix, it further dissolves the soluble mineral by forming a solution and separates the insoluble mineral, causing the decomposition of rocks. Example, rock salt and dysprosium are example of minerals that are separated by solution. The brackish in some well water is the result of solution of minerals. So children, chemical weathering we have studied so far. We will do biological weathering in our next video. Thank you children for watching. We will see in the next video. Thank you children.